come from nowhere. One, when you have a country that is in a recession, a country where the inflation rate is at 16%, where people no longer have access to funds, businesses are dying, you will have a high level of illiteracy. You will have this kind of calls.
Something which they blame a great deal on your party.
Well, the PDP never played the blame game. We could have blamed the military when we came in 1999. Instead, we got down to the job of building a lot of things, and we've done quite well. We sustained democracy in Nigeria for 16 years. This government cannot even sustain the unity of Nigeria in 2 years. I think it would be very unfair to a party that has, in the history of the country, sustained democracy for the longest period it has had. Blame it now for things that easily this government could have fixed. No, but PDP didn't hold this government from appointing ministers for 6 months. PDP government didn't get Nigeria delisted from JP Morgan. Look, if we want to trace the history of our problems, it's the inactivity, the lack of communication, the verbal utterances of this government that must be blamed for our situation today. You can't blame PDP. PDP left this, at the time this country was handed over to APC. PDP left this country with a 6%, 7% growth rate. We left this country at 8% inflation.
Even though you also left it with a warning that things were going to go awry, and you could already see the trend as at that time. But, let's quickly look at, this going forward, expectations. The speech has been delivered. We cannot ask Mr. President to take back his speech. However, disappointed you might feel. I mean, for a number of people, there are definitely mixed reactions in terms of how people feel about this speech. But moving forward, the president has resumed work. He's going to be working from home, from what we hear. We also hear it's pending when his office is renovated.
He had 100 days away from the country. They couldn't renovate the office while he was away. The first day he comes back to work, they started renovating the office. Does that not tell you that there's a problem in this government?
So perhaps there is, but then he's working anyways. What do you want him, whether he's working from home or his office, what do you want him to be doing? Where should he be looking at?
I've said this on various fora. The president, in his appointments, puts square pegs in round holes. He needs to rejig his cabinet. I would give you an honest opinion, just using your surrounding, using the FCT. I've lived here since 1990. This is the worst the FCT is going through right now. Whoever is administering to this city needs to be looked into. Because I don't know if you saw the video of the attack on Charlie Boy. You would see a lot of young people out of school, a lot of young people without any form of sane thinking process or thought process are trying to attack. So that tells you that we have a huge population of people who have nothing to do in the FCT right now. So if you want to test what I'm saying, go and pack your car in Wuse 2. Just pack it and leave it between 6 and 7 p.m. Leave it there. Just walk away. Your car will be broken into. And that never used to happen in the FCT. Never used to happen. You drive through the FCT, it's pitch black at night. No street lights. It's just very recently they started even clearing the sewage lines and trying to make sure that we don't get flooded as a city. Look, there are things that are happening that we need the president to attend to. We need him to wake up and get on it. Get ministers that can do the job. Can I ask you a question? Who do you see in this administration as a superstar? In the last administration, I can tell you, when you had the likes of Okonjo-Iweala, you had Akinwumi Adesina, the Minister of Agriculture, you could see people who had capacity. And even when they left office, they weren't left alone. They are getting appointments. One is now the president of the African Development Bank. The other one is getting appointments in the UK, getting appointments in the US. Who are the bright stars you see in this government? Can you tell me? Marcus, seriously, can you tell me the bright stars, the people who you see that can excel in this government? You don't have them.
Tony, on another conversation, I will definitely answer your question. But on this show, I've always said it, I ask the question.
I know you do.
Now, you have talked about one area where you see it. I mean, you've talked about your experience here in Abuja, but people will say that Abuja, it has been like this for quite a while. I mean, this pitch darkness did not start in the time of the APC.
No, it did. It did. It did. I've lived in this city, so I can tell you the difference.
I have visited the city, and I have found it in pitch blackness.
You're
in
new
the
in
time
the
of the PDP.
No, you moved here in the APC time.
Just a moment, Tony. I might be new in this city, but I'm no stranger to Abuja.
Yes.
I did come here sometime. I do spend some of my time here during my leave, and I've seen the city in pitch blackness.
No,
in the time of the PDP.
I beg to disagree with you. During the time of the PDP, Abuja was at least sane. Abuja had ACOS vehicles parked at every strategic zone you go to. You had police vehicles. I think it was headed by a former military general, the security configuration of the town. Madaki, I think. Colonel Madaki was in charge of the security configuration of Abuja. And you didn't have the crime rates you have today. How many people have complained that their cars have been snatched? You park your car in Untako Market, you come out, it's gone.
That's definitely something very worrisome. I do not know about that stealing, and it's definitely something that the minister and the president, of course, must look into. We have to thank you most kindly for coming on Sunrise Daily. Yes. Anthony Ehilebo is a member of the People's Democratic and also People's Democratic Party.
And party that is coming back in 2019.
And also a member of the Standing Committee of Finance of the same party. Sunrise Daily will continue in just a moment. Please stay with us.